Like, this is what I'm saying. I would rather let you risk so much more money or go full margin on quality setups and be frustrated. So you need to wait for price to get to its extreme point. What do I mean by its extreme point? Welcome back to another YouTube video, Flare FX, where we make trading very simple. It's yet another week, yet another dollar. We will be doing gold and Nasdaq once again, mainly because I want to go through the trades that we took last week. And also remember, guys, 500 subscribers, you get 3 pairs this time. So make sure to hit the subscribe button, share to a friend if you find value, so they can subscribe, so we can get 3 pairs throughout the whole weekend, right? But nonetheless, guys, please make sure to hit the subscribe button, comment down what you guys will like about the pairs that I'm analyzing. A lot of you guys like the content I do, so I'm gonna try my best to make more of it. But nonetheless, let's get into it. All right, you guys already know how I like to do things. We are on close to 92 subscribers on our Discord mentorship. Remember, guys, in our Discord server, I said once we get to 100 members, the most active members will get a free subscription into our group mentorship, right? This is going to go to the people who are the most active on the Discord, right? So you have to post, and already Escobar has been killing it, guys. Like, he's been posting day in, day out, so he's already secured his spot. If you make sure that you do comment down and you do share posts of your setups and stuff like that, then I already know that you're someone who wants to be part of the community, right? And also, for the guys who want to really join us, this is our Flare mentorship, right? The group mentorship. It's 400 Rand. A lot of you guys joined from the last video, actually. I'm very surprised, and I love the fact that you guys are gaining value. Already the guys who've been joining, already been pushing, and already been joining the community, guys. You will join a community of experienced forex traders. You will get weekly Discord meetings like every Wednesday and every Sunday, and you will have access to 20 plus pre-recorded market breakdown sessions, guys. And these are long. That's 20 minutes of me just talking about the pairs I see, how I see them, and what trades I'm gonna be taking for 400 Rand once off, guys. Trust me, it is a 1-2 bargain for. But nonetheless, let's get into it. Alright, this is just to show people that we do have an Instagram account. We are on 1.222 followers, guys. I remember when we were just stuck on 800, but it's beautiful work, guys. I love to see it. This is the way I'm the most active, so make sure you check me out on Instagram. And then also have a TikTok account. This is my TikTok account. We're on 3,151 followers as well. It's the only Instagram, my only TikTok that I have, right? But nonetheless, let's go into it. And the main reason why I wanted to bring these pairs again this week, let me just increase the volume 2 seconds, right, is mainly because of the trades that we took last week. So let me just bring back all my drawings one more time. Boom. Like that. Just also to make sure. Okay. So check it out, guys. Last week, we'll go to the 15-minute time frame because this is where we saw the trade, right? Last week, beautiful entry. We were in and out of the entry because price kept on going up, coming in. But I already knew that, like, in terms of price actually changing character and moving higher and higher, it is gonna do that. So we did get out for like a nice 1:2. Let's see, 1:3. Nothing hectic, nothing too much. So I'll remove this, right? Because that last week was a very good one. My bad. And I want to focus on gold today, and I want to dive deep, and I always like doing this after NFP, right? Because we just have NFP. So now I'm going to zoom in just as 2 seconds. So, like, this is gold on the 1 hour time frame, guys. On the daily time frame, my bad. This pair is pumping, guys. It's been pushing for the past, since the 26th of June, it's just been pushing all the way to the top, right? Now, with what I've noticed and what I'm trying to understand with gold is the market structure in and of its own on the higher time frame, right? So for me, I can already see that uptrend. Price made this high over here, right? Boom, price went all the way to the downside, came all the way to the top over here and just wicked, right? So we're not really definitely sure that gold still wants to buy because of the wick. If it really wanted to buy, I think it would have carried on pushing. A lot of you guys could classify this as a break of structure, right? Even if maybe go to the lower time frames, it would make sense. You'd see more candlesticks, but we're looking at gold from a higher time frame perspective because that's the main thing that matters, especially when trading gold. When trading gold, you need to understand the higher time frame direction, right? That means sticking on your 4 hour and 1 hour daily time frame helps a lot, guys. Your 4 hour and your daily time frame are gonna be your friend, especially when you're trading such a volatile pair, right? And you need to understand there's so many correlations with gold. It makes it easier for you to capitalize each and every week. So make sure that you use the daily time frame and the 4 hour time frame to kind of guide you to where you need to go, and then you can use your 1 hours and your 15 minutes to kind of scalp or intraday trade gold the way you'd like it. You get what I mean? But nonetheless, I'll come in over here and I can already see that price is already wicked on top over here, right? We have a nice purge of liquidity. I would classify it as that, and because of the strong push all the way to the downside, right? Now obviously all the way over here we have a bit of change of character that we'd like to see, but so far what I can say is that this low over here has not been violated, and then relatively we're looking at this high over here. So this is the range we're playing in. Can you already see? And already when you could even pull this all the way to the far right, like this is a very sentimental zone or very sensitive zone to be looking at gold. Hence why I wanted to look at it from the daily time frame first, right? So with our understanding, we understand that gold could come in over here, and we're interested to see what really happens, right? This is on the daily time frame, guys. With where gold looks right now, it's more so a patient game than just executing positions you don't understand. Wait for it to see how it reacts. NFP just happened, right? Now there's a whole lot of fundamentals approaching the following week, right? Your CPIs, your FMOC, your PPIs. Usually this is what happens after like your NFP, right? So you need to understand that there's so much fundamentals, and fundamentals do affect gold nonetheless. But what we can see is that price did break this high, right? We can't ignore the fact that that did happen, right? We can classify this as a change of character, actually, not a break of structure, because price has been moving a bit low and low. As you can see, price push down, price push up, price push down, you get what I mean? So we're starting to see the buyers come in heavy, right? And you guys can already see, I haven't even went to the 4-hour time frame yet. It's just trying to understand the higher time frame direction. Then I can play around in the lower time frames. I understand that my stop loss can be big, can be small, understanding where the market's really trying to go, right? Now, this order block is very important as well, because it's the one that broke this high, right, that we have over here. This is on the daily time frame. When we go to the 4-hour time frame, everything is just going to be cluttered and messed up. But we understand that when we get to these gray boxes or these gray zones, it's where we're going to be paying attention to gold really much, right? Anything between these points over here, I genuinely don't care. I wouldn't execute anything. But as soon as gold gets into this gray spot, I will be paying attention to it so much, especially when we even get to this gray point over here on the daily time frame as well. So much. So now it's just understanding how gold moves, right? Now we're going to the 4-hour time frame now, going a bit deeper. Now as you can clearly see, there's a whole lot of wick action happening even over here. You don't really understand what's happening, hence why we highlighted these on the daily time frame, because these are the spots where you're supposed to be paying attention. Anything that's happening between this gray box and this gray box, for me personally, is irrelevant. You're just going to be wicked out. You're just going to be in a consolidation. You're going to be frustrated. So you need to wait for price to get to its extreme point. What do I mean by its extreme point? You need to wait for a price to get to so close to a high to see if it's going to break it or reverse, or so close to a low to see if it's going to break it or reverse it. You get what I mean? That's how I personally trade gold as time goes on, and I've seen consistency by doing that, right? Now, this week breakdown, I wouldn't say there's necessarily an entry like the other weeks where I say, okay, for gold, execute over here, right? I could say just execute based off of this point over here, right? And then hold it all the way to the top depending on how gold moves, right? But this is just relatively like a 1:3. And I know a lot of you guys like maybe not trading with like sizable accounts, but for the guys who are trading funded and are comfortable with these types of stop losses on the higher time frame, I think you could pay attention to them very much, but now with the way gold can move throughout the week, we can see it maybe sell off relatively over here, right, respecting the zone and then pushing all the way to the top. Then we see what really happens. That's why I'm mainly interested, guys, because you need to understand right now the fundamentals really just take a course especially when trading. Like the last NFP, you guys saw NFP this Friday on the 1st of what is the day today, the 5th of July. Like it just spiked down and spiked all the way to the top, right? A lot of people were melted. A lot of accounts were blown because it's just the genuine nature of trading fundamentals. It's risky, and I would even say it's a gamble. You get what I mean? So hence why I wouldn't say execute based over here and execute based over here, guys. And also remember, I am not a financial advisor. Any risk that you take is your own doing, right? I've noticed that I have to say these in videos just for like legal reasons, because a lot of you guys, hey, I wouldn't get into that deep of a thing. But for gold right now, with market structure, me understanding market structure, I can anticipate it coming all the way to the downside over here. This is an order block we've highlighted where on the daily time frame. I'll just run back again so I can show you guys. This is on the daily time frame, guys. It's looking really nice and clean. Remember, NFP pushed price all the way to the top, so we could even respect this gray zone that I highlighted over here. But just off of market structure alone, If a high has been broken, price will retrace back into the order block that initially broke the high and then start pumping all the way to the top, which can happen. Or gold could just push all the way to the top over to this gray zone, and we can see some sort of a reaction. We need to be patient, we need to be humble, we need to risk properly, especially when we get opportunities, and not try to go full market, and especially when these fundamentals approaching, guys. This is the time where you're supposed to be conserving your capital more than just taking unnecessary positions, right? But now let's move over to to Nasdaq. All right. So this is Nasdaq on the 4-hour time frame, right? So with Nasdaq, one thing I've noticed about it is like the order blocks I highlight relatively don't get respected, right? So this is last week's trade. Actually, we were predicting that Nasdaq was gonna buy, right? And the main reason I left these types of positions open, and I want to show you guys what really happens behind the scenes, what we go through as the Flair team, how you can also benefit from me and my knowledge, right? Because a lot of the times I try to do my best, so you as a client don't do much work, and you really benefit off of my knowledge and the way I do things, right? As a way as a mentor should be, right? Rather than just giving pointless signals that you don't understand. That's why we do weekly sessions where I really go through and dissect the currency pair, and you kind of understand my thought psychology, right? And you can even ask questions like, Mr. Flair, why are we buying Nasdaq? Because I see this is on the higher time frame. And everybody in that group mentorship, maybe if it's 8 guys that day, 9 guys, 10 guys that day who are live with me, we're all together and we're like, okay, cool, this is what 8 of us are seeing, and 2 of you guys are seeing this. What do you guys think? Why do you guys think that? You get what I mean? And it makes it easier for you to grow as a trader, because you're such in a place or in an environment where there's different types of people coming from different types of places, and it's nice because you can relate rather than 2,000 people and you can't even get your opinion through, right? But nonetheless, this is Nasdaq on the 4-hour time frame. Price did push up, right, all the way to the top over here, right? And I'm noticing that it respected this order block over here, right? Boom. And the main reason I think it did respect that one is mainly because it's the one that makes the most sense in terms of like the purge of liquidity over here on the lower time frame, right? This one didn't have, so price did come and respect this one and pushed all the way to the top, right? But that's the thing, you still need to look at these trades and really understand, okay, what did I miss? What didn't I see? How can I change this, right? I could have just put a GBP USD as the next trade, but I really want to go through you guys like with the trades that you do miss, right? You're not gonna catch every single move in the market for sure, guys, right? And understand that you need to just be in quality trades more than quality. Like, this is what I'm saying. I would rather let you risk so much more money or go full margin on quality setups than just setups that you see on the charts, right? With the way we do things and the way you should be trading as a person who wants to level up your trading, your consistency, your money, right? You have to shift that mindset of, I need to just go on the charts and take trades. No, sometimes you might not find quality setups for 2 weeks, for 3 days sometimes, you get what I mean? And some weeks they just full of quality opportunities and you can really scale your account, right? But that's the mindset that we need to shift as South African traders or people in and around of Forex, right? Whether you're trading indices, whether you're trading Forex, whether you're trading crypto, right? Opportunities are abundant, but not every opportunity is tradable, guys, right? And you need to ask yourself, what are my parameters and what do I look for when I do take trades, right? Because that's the most important factor. I think this session is becoming more of a psychology one, more than a breakdown, because a lot of you guys do watch the content and I see that a lot of you guys are paying attention, so it's rather give you the value that you need, or you get what I mean. So I'll remove all the last week's set trade, and I'm gonna look at Nasdaq for what it is now. Once again, guys, we are at our all-time high. It's hard to trade a currency when it's at its all-time high because we don't know if it's still buying all the way to the top. We need a trend, right? And I'm not gonna lie, we do have a trend. I'll just remove everything over here and then look at it from the daily time frame, because after NFP, that's what I like to do, really just look at it from a different perspective. Now, before we even look at the current market structure that we have over here, right, we kind of have to understand what Nasdaq did in the previous trend. Like, look, it pushed all the way to the top, made this high, sunk all the way to the downside, and then pushed all the way to the top, right? Why did it push so low all to the way to this point? Because it was probably respecting this order block that we have over here, right? This is the 4-hour time frame. On the 4-hour time frame, we could probably refine it to this one over here. as you can clearly see, right? So now what I do try to do my best in understanding these indices is that you need to pay attention to how it moved the last time and then how you can execute it the same way, right? So we can already see that there was a low that was broken before it respected an order block, right? So now we can see that we have proceeded to break structure, indicating that yes, we are buying higher and higher, right? Boom, break of structure, right? So now when I take this over here and I put it here and I put it all the way to the top over here, I can tell that price doesn't come and respect the 70% zone or the 80% zone. Sometimes it even comes back even deeper than that, right? So now what is the most prevalent low right now, right? It's probably this week and that high over there, right? We don't know if it's retracing yet, but just for point of reference, we'll put it all to the top over here. And you're already telling us that this is a zone that we need to understand. But we also need to understand from the last correction, it didn't respect this zone over here, because a lot of us could come in here and over here and be like, oh yeah, this is nice, this is a nice order block, let me just highlight this one. Or you just highlight this whole zone and be like, this is very good, I'm gonna highlight this, you know, I'm gonna take my buy over here. Boom. That's not wrong, but you could probably get stopped out by the way this thing likes to move, right? You can even go to the lower time frames. Maybe there's an order block that we don't see on the 1 hour time frame, maybe, or the 15-minute time frame. You get what I mean? Even here, when you see there's a purge of liquidity as well. So with this one, what I would say is take it like that, and then your take profit is all the way to the top over here, right? It is a bit hectic. Let me just put it like this and then fix that up, and then I just want to make it a fixed 1:3. Let me just move this like this and push all the way to the top. Oh no, I have to be pushing it down. I just want to make it a fixed 1:3 risk to reward ratio. There is 97. Let's do this. We'll do 45. Let's see. We'll do 25. Let's see. That's 90 thingy, and then let's just make it a round number. Boom. There, like relatively, right? But that's also a situation, just understanding that this is a zone we want to execute off of. With Nasdaq, getting sniper entries for the people who do it, I give it to you. Nonetheless, you guys are professionals, but in this case, I think just trying to be in the best possible place of retracement is very, very important. I'm anticipating it to sell off relatively into the zone over here that we've highlighted on the 1 hour time frame. This zone over here, right, I don't think it's gonna hold much power. We can anticipate Nasdaq to go deeper than that, right? Hence why my stop loss is such a big one relatively on this low, and we're executing over here. The goal here is not to get the sniper entry, but it's to be involved in the whole trend reversal and price going to the thing, because I've noticed a lot of guys, they want to get in with that 6 pip stop loss. Of course, understandable, it makes sense, because as a trader we want a better risk to reward ratio, but taking a 1:3 is very beneficial for people who understand the substantial gains in terms of capital, right? If it was on 1,000 rand account and you were risking maybe $100, that's $300, you get what I mean? If it was on 1,000 rand account and you were risking 200 rand, you were gonna make 600 rand from this trade, right? And you need to understand that your goals need to match your account. You can't have a 5k at a 5,000 rand account and expect to make 200,000. You get what I mean? It just doesn't make sense. And you can't have a 200 rand account and expect to make 6k. You know, yes, it's possible, don't get me wrong, that's why we're here in the market, right? But you as a person need to look at your account and be realistic. Can I manage, can I flip 200 to 6,000 sustainably for the next 3 years? Can I feed my family off of that, right? It's such stress, such pain, blowing account after blowing account. But if you compound your money, you know, if that 200 rand you take a risk of 30 rand per trade or 50 rand per trade, and you grow it and you grow it and you add 700, the things just change now. You take profits from being 200 rand, now it's becoming 1,000. Before you know it, 5k, 6,000 rand TP, 8,000 rand TP, 10,000 rand TP. You get what I mean? It's like you have to be really patient, really disciplined, especially in the markets that we're in, and then you'll see substantial growth, guys. But nonetheless, it's yet another week, yet another dollar, guys. I wanna go to the mentorship thingy again just one more time, so I can just break it down for you guys. Like, I do have other, or I'm also a funded trader for the guys who also want to understand, like, if you are in good hands, trust me, this is the certificate I do have. But the main reason why I push the group mentorship more than the mentorship one-on-one, because it's way more expensive. I'll quote unquote make more money if I just push this one, right? But I just want you guys to understand that it's so much better when you're in a group of people, guys, because that's the substantial growth that I've went through. Like when you're with other people, it's much better than the one-on-one. Yes, for sure, you can grow a lot. If the money's there, why not just work with me one-on-one, right? But this one is very nice because signals are involved as well, right? With the one-on-one mentorship, you have all the nice things and the access to me if you're really serious about your journey. But I know a lot of you guys may not have that much investment, or maybe you're still doubting the work that I can do, right? The 400 Rand one is way more beneficial for you guys. It's a lifetime one, guys. I'm not the type of person to be pushing a lot of my stuff, because as much as it is, I make more than enough from myself. I just want to make sure that the guys that do want to see growth and do want that difference in consistency this year, 2024, it would be better for you guys to look at this package, guys. Like, trust me, you'd be doing yourself a disservice for not joining this one, right? But nonetheless, it's yet another week. Make sure to subscribe, get us to 500 so we can do 3 pairs for the breakdown, guys. More value for you guys. But nonetheless, it's Mr. Flair signing out.